the race for a lot of stuff's heating up this season. Points and playoff spots are on the line here. Connor McDavid somehow managed to get himself quite a few points and pulled ahead of Nikita Kucherov. I mean, it looks pretty well locked in. With 102 points, that Connor McDavid's gonna win the scoring race. And Nikita Kucherov's got 96 points. Do you guys think there's any chance of him not repeating?
No, he's going to repeat. I mean, right now he's had an incredible run of points the last few games. I mean, he's got 3 tonight so far, and I believe last game he had 4. So, I mean, he's got 7 points in 2 games. That's really what took over the lead is the last 2 games. And Kucherov, I believe, has only got 1 point in the last 3 or so. So, it just right there, those, a few games that...
Yeah, exactly. McDavid's kind of turned his game up, and kind of other guys have kind of slowed their games down. I mean, he's setting career high totals for McDavid, 102 right now, and probably growing for sure.
And counting, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what you guys think. I'm pretty sure Aberg is on the top line now.
No, it's Tyratty and
Hopkins.
Hopkins, yeah.
Is that who? Okay.
Yeah. That's what
I know that Aberg has been up there.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I just think McClellan's just throwing guys with Hopkins and McDavid just to see if there's any chemistry for the next season.
It seems like it doesn't really matter who scores. It's always McDavid with the assist.
Yeah.
He can have anybody out there.
Yeah, and that's true.
I mean, it seems earlier in the year they were trying Milan Lucic, and they were trying guys like that, like Patrick Maroon, who had a great season last year, but I don't know if they just couldn't keep up this year or something. I don't know if their chemistry just didn't click. But, I mean, whatever he's been doing the last 10 games, he's been phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, another big race. Speaking of races here, the goal race. Alex Ovechkin keeps kind of just inching ahead, but Patrick Laine
still there.
He's still
Malkin still there.
Yeah.
McDavid making a push.
Yeah, he's got 40.
Yeah, he's got 40.
I mean, it's not impossible for him to.
It just seems like every game he scores a goal too.
Yeah.
Along with a couple assists. So.
Yeah, he's put up quite a few of his goals in the calendar year here.
Yeah,
which is pretty good, I guess. A lot of 40 goal scores this year, actually. Like compared to previous years, you got Stahl and Carlson, Malkin, the other guys we mentioned.
No, we're not done yet. There's a few other guys on the crisp of.
Yeah, exactly.
40 goals, so... I mean, just a lot of 30-goal guys even, just like... It's crazy, like... It's awesome for the league, though.
Yeah.
Keeps me interested in the team races as much as the individual races, I think, this year.
Yeah, I think so, too. It's a lot of competition. It kind of makes for more of an entertaining game. The teams themselves, like... There's 3 teams in the West basically vying for...
One spot.
Well, kind of 2 spots, I guess.
Well, Colorado and St. Louis only have the 2 spots where LA and Anaheim have 3 because they have the division. But you look, St. Louis is not only 3 points back of Minnesota or 4 points back of Minnesota. I mean, 4 points at this stage in the year is a lot, actually, still. But there's still a chance to jump in the 3rd spot. But
well, the way they're playing.
Well, yeah. You trade Stastny, everyone's like, "Oh, let's back her in for the year." And
that's what I had originally thought. Paul, you trade Paul Stastny away, and they lost a couple games pretty hard. Yeah. And I thought maybe they're packing her in. I don't know, but
they weren't scoring goals.
No, they weren't. And now Pietrangelo had a great last week here, and whatever they're doing is working.
Tarasenko's the last few games I've noticed has been on the score sheet more often.
Up, scored an OT tonight.
Mm-hmm. Their goaltending's been good.
Yeah, so now they might make it.
Yeah, that's possible.
Them and Colorado are going to be fighting, I think, each night. That one could be in, one could be out, one could be in, one could be out. But
that's true. And they're
having
good times too, Colorado. Yeah. They're having really good, Rantanen and Landeskog and and McKinnon. Too.
Like, I look at it as if St. Louis misses, it's a disappointing season because they should be better than they are. But if Colorado misses, they should pat themselves on the back. That's a really good year. From going from 48 points in one year to the bottom of the barrel to being right there, that's pretty impressive. I mean,
yeah. I mean, nothing's worse than just not.
That's a stinger. But they can at least.
Oh yeah,
they can be
you
proud
know
of
what I'm
themselves.
saying? There's,
they can
progress
be proud
has
of
been made.
They can be proud of themselves.
Yeah. Where St. Louis, to me, is in the top 3 in that division. They should be up there, I think. They were.
Yeah.
They were most of the year, actually.
Yeah.
But
Well, you look at the flip side. Colorado, pre-Duchesne trade, was hanging out with Buffalo and Arizona.
yeah. Well, they were
A little bit
They're
ahead
still
of them,
close enough to obviously make it because they're close. But
but they were hanging with the basement.
Yeah.
Things. They were, with Vancouver. And,
it was looking that way. But
yeah,
they're both 500 hockey club, and now they're
exactly. That 10-game win streak kind of brought them
that's true.
to this level, and then they kind of were able to maintain it.
That's true. That does help.
Speaking of, pushing for the playoffs, one team doesn't have to worry anymore, and that's the, first year for the Vegas Golden Knights. They are the first team to clinch in their inaugural season since 1968. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on their chances in the playoffs?
It's a big question mark, I think.
I'd like to see what to do. I almost got it. I don't even know what to say. Like,
Yeah, well,
and it could
slate.
come down to who they play.
Yep.
Obviously, right now I think they line up with the Kings. I don't think they'll beat the Kings. Sorry, I don't think they'd beat the Kings. I don't think they beat the Ducks.
So you're saying Kings are better than Knights?
Yeah, in my mind,
Take
yeah.
that.
But going back to where you said 68, I believe it was St. Louis Blues.
Which would make sense.
Which would make sense.
I don't have the team on
I don't
my
know.
paper, but I have 1968.
We were talking about St. Louis, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. But
With Jacques Plante in net.
yeah,
And Scotty Bowman is the coach.
exactly.
But, I mean, they have a shot. They have home ice advantage, more than likely.
Yep.
And they're a phenomenal home team.
Yep.
That increases their chances for sure. It's got to win 4 home games. But like you said, if they play the Kings, I think the Kings will beat up on them a little bit.
I've always thought you play the season, the playoffs is like almost a completely different, beast of its own. Like
That's what I've always said that too. You hit
get
reset.
you get in the playoffs. It's a brand new season. Doesn't matter what happened in the season.
Well, and that's just it. Look at the teams that have gone from the 8th seed and have gone on to win the Stanley Cup.
The Kings.
Well, the
Year they won the Cup.
And the Kings did it, second to Edmonton for fewest games in a Stanley Cup championship, and I believe they just squeaked in that playoff season.
Yeah.
So anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah. That's because, well, let's be honest, Kings they're almost not built for the season. They're more built for the playoffs.
Yeah, they are.
St. Louis is another team. They're big. St. Louis gets in there, they might do more damage than most people expect. Anaheim's big too. In the West, it seems like you got to be big, otherwise you'll never survive. Where in the East, it's a little more about the speed a little bit. Yeah. Outside of Connor McDavid, obviously, in the West. But
and for Boston. Boston's a size team too.
Yeah, Boston's a little bigger too, but they're not slow.
No,
I mean,
but they have basically the total package.
Yeah. So Sean Burke and Martin Brodeur, co-captains or co-general managers, sorry, for Team Canada. I don't know, not major news, but I mean, it is our country, so
yeah. I mean, Sean Burke put a pretty good team on in this Olympic Games. He took
for what he had, yeah, and they did pretty good. I mean, and Carey Price, I don't know what you guys' thoughts basically yay or nay if he should play, but I mean, should he? No,
make things out of clay.
Yeah, but
go swim in the bay.
Yeah.
But you guys, do you think Carey Price should play, or
I think he should rest,
They had obviously Montreal had a pretty off season. He did too, and he was hurt.
He was hurt
for a good chunk of the season. So, I mean, do you think he should rest or should go play and get back and almost build his confidence up a bit? If Canada went and won and he was the netminder, it would build your confidence for the next year.
I think he should play.
Yeah?
Yeah, just for that reason.
I mean, you can look at it pros and cons. He plays, and he gets his stuff back. Then, now he's the Carey Price of old, right? Where if he plays and he gets hurt, or he plays and he's either not ready or, you know.
But yeah, I think he plays too, just because I don't know. It'll get his game back, and it kind of. I think as goalie, especially, getting your game back is almost more key than a player, even just because in your head, right? Like
that's where a lot
the
of
last line.
That's where goalies live.
And,
yeah,
you know, and he obviously had a rough year. Like his whole team had a rough year, but I mean, I think he should go play, represent his country, and try to win us a gold. But
well, if they have good success, and like you said, he gets his stuff back.
And Carolina's coach, Bill Peters, has an out to coach somewhere else. Possibly. Like, he has an out where he can go. This is what I've heard. But I don't know. It's kind of...
What I understood from it...
Or is it an out just to leave?
What I've understood of what I've heard, it sounds like he's got an option on his contract where he can stay or he can go, by the sounds of it. Like I know it's a big thing in baseball is you have a team option and a player option. Whereas if the player either doesn't want to go, he can walk and basically his contract's void and the team can do the same. I mean, maybe I'm not 100% sure about, you know, his contract, but
yeah, I'm not like it's hard to say. It's hard to say what happens there, but I don't know if you guys got any other points to talk about this week.
Well, I wanted to talk about this after we were talking about the Golden Knights clinching.
Okay, yeah.
I heard that when the Seattle expansion happens, they will be exempt from giving up players. Do you think that's fair or no?
I think they should be the same rules as every other team.
Yeah, they want to be part of the league.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's 2022 or something like that? 2020?
2020.
Even then, that's 2 years from now. They're a 3-year-old team. They're not. It's not like they're coming in next year. I would understand if Seattle was coming in, you know, this fall or you know, like this summer. Or,
yeah. Picking the players in June.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think this would be such a big deal if they weren't such a good team right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and that's it too. If they get exempt and they're still a phenomenal team, that's kind of unfair.
Like by that time when Seattle comes in, like there's so many pluses for being exempt. Like how can I word this? It puts them in a good spot for open to trades and free agents. Because it's like, if you're a free agent and you sign with Vegas, you know you're not going to get picked. Whereas if you're a team and you know you're going to lose somebody, you maybe shop them to Vegas for like picks or something.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's true. They have that,
so it puts them in a good spot.
They have a little more leeway than everybody else that way, right? But
it's a little more, you know, I don't want to say sexy, but to play there. There's a little more appeal to play for Vegas because I know in 2020 I'm not going anywhere.
It's like, oh yeah, we're a good team right now, and you're not going to go anywhere. Come sign with us.
I don't know if that's a rumor.
I've just heard it. I'm not too
sure. So as of now, I guess it's a rumor. But I mean, that's what we do. We debate. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess a guy will find out when it gets closer if that's if that's legit true or.
Because I believe Nashville was when Atlanta came in, or did?
Yeah. Because Nashville came in, I believe, 98.
Because they were exempt when,
and then Columbus and those guys came in 2000.
Yeah,
so that would make sense. 2 years, about 2 years apart, I believe. So, interesting.
But put it into perspective. Say, you know, this year, next year, Vegas wins the Stanley Cup. Do you exempt them still? Like, do the rules change if say next year the Vegas Golden Knights are 27th out of the 31 teams. Somehow they fall down. You know, maybe you can still exempt them, but if they win the Stanley Cup this year or next year, I mean, it's hard to